Alright, I'm gonna do a chapter review for Black Clover, chapter 358, titled Flame Burial. So, we're right where we left off in the previous chapter, with Merliona losing her arm. Um, we see the, what's it called? The Crimson Knights member shouting her name because she lost her arm. And then, as soon as one of Morris' hands was about to reach her, she transformed to her Hellfire Incarnate, and we are aware that this move, whenever she's in Hellfire Incarnate, the longer she's in this move, the stronger she gets. So just keep note of that. And if she does transform, she I guess she kind of like regains her hand by just manifesting a new one out of mana, and then she punched the arms and kind of like burnt them away. We see Morris making a comment saying, fascinating. I never seen a human whose body is so close to mana itself. And that's a pretty cool feat because I think Reliona is like the only person that actually pulled that off to be so close to mana to where she can just rebuild a new arm out of mana. Now, if it's out of mana, I wonder if it's like if she's in this form, if she makes a new arm, would that arm become like her actual physical arm when she turns down in this to her regular base form again, or would she just have that arm missing, just like Figolion? I'm assuming the first, to where she still have her arm. That's what I'm assuming, just because she's so close to Mana that even if she does lose a body part, because she close to Mana, she can just regain that part back, as long as if it's in her like Mana form, if you understand what I'm saying. But in the next page we see Morris kind of going off, just destroying people's magic um with his hands, because we also see he's just going straight through people's attacks, the Crimson Lions. And then Morris says that the body he was given by Lucius had gave him the power to break down anything that it touches, using Operation Dismantle. And that he said, oh wow, oh I didn't know this. Okay, he said even the Neverland spell. So that's crazy. So he can also affect the Neverland that had put up, which is crazy. And we see Mariana still fighting against Morris. And then Morris says that so even if you can't counter my tentacles and instantly form new fists from mana is marvelous, but his operation and the speed at which his tentacles regenerate are much faster than Meliona, pushing away and regenerating her form. And then he says, how long will her real body last? And we see, Meliona face. Of course, she has no care in the world about all that stuff that Moore is saying. Yeah, she said that she doesn't care that she's gonna hit him. And we see one Magic Knight from the Crystal Lions saying that Lady Meliona Flames is annihilating anything she touches, and that she's the only one that can fight him. But if she gets hit, then she's over. Like if she get hit in a very vital spot, then it's over for her. And then we see in the next page, we see some of the Clover citizens, kind of grouping up together, trying to protect themselves because of the angels, straight up just attacking anyone. But we see that Fagolion is protecting the Clover Kingdom citizens with Salamander, and it's like a really pretty cool panel of Salamander, like a full double spread, like the full body of Salamander and whatnot, attacking the angels. And then we see Figolion also struggling, trying to protect the Clover citizens. And we see the citizens saying, oh, Lord Figolion, please, save us. You can do it, Figolion and whatnot. So right now in this situation, we see that Meliona is taking care of Morris, and Figolion got his hands tied up by protecting the Clover Kingdom citizens. And that now only leaves Leopold, who wasn't shown in this chapter at all, and the other Charism Knights members who are saying, dang it, we're the Charism Lion Kings. Isn't there anything that we can do? And then we see Figolion, kind of like, looking, back, kind of like each chance he gets, seeing how Meliona is going against Morris. You see Meliona, keep is trying to keep pursuing forward, trying to get it close in with Morris to get a hit. We see her struggling against the arms that Morris keeps dishing out. Then Morris says it's over because Meliona gets surrounded by two, I guess you could say like two hands, two tentacles. But before that happens, we see two of the matching knights jump in to protect Meliona, saying that the rest is up to her. And like it's a crazy panel because like they straight up sacrifice themselves just so Meliona can keep pursuing her punch to land to Morris. And we can tell that Meliona feels some type of way because she grits her teeth, but she also raises her fist and straight up use them as a shield just to fight the hands back off. And we see that she also burnt her members' bodies, which is it's like that's like crazy. But she has to do that. Then we see Morris saying that you burned both the tentacles and the allies who shielded you. That was tremendously efficient. And then Mariola then makes a claim saying, "I'm hitting you no matter what." And then after uh, those two brave Crimson Kings, Magic Knights, sacrifice themselves. We see now that all the other Crimson King members finally gets the result to do the same thing because they all know that the only thing that they can really do is to help out Miliana because she's the only person that can really take down Morris. So then they all say that they all say shield Lady Miliana, help her keep up the attack, and we just see all the Crimson King members rushing in, using themselves as a meat shield. And Morris laughs away, saying no matter how many lives you sacrifice, it's still useless. And you just see the Crimson Lion members just keep sacrificing themselves one by one, and Meliana keeps inching closer and closer to Morris, still having to burn her burn her members punch by punch. And, we also see Fragolion's reaction. Of course, Fragolion is kind of depressed about it because he knows what had to be done. It's just messed up that that they had to actually do it, sacrifice themselves. But Fragolion knows the game that they're playing, saying that physical Moore's physical breakdown and regeneration couldn't be possibly that indefinitely. That he should have a limit, and that Meliona also noticed it too. That's why she is challenging him. That's why she is risking her life. And Morris keeps monologuing, saying, "Rest assured, no matter how foolish or incompetent you were, my solutions will recreate you and make you all equal." And then Mariana tells Morris to shut his mouth, calling him a puppet, and that the dauntless Crimson Lion Kings will not submit to a sketchy nobody like that. And while she's saying that, in her head, she reminds herself that, the more she fights, the more intense the flames of her spell, Hellfire Incarnates, grow. So, as the battle progresses, she gets more and more stronger. And we know that because the fight she had with Lucifero. And she also said, also she was also continuing saying out loud, saying the dauntless Crimson Lion Kings won't submit to a sketchy nobody like that. They turned this fire into an inferno. As a tribute to my fallen brigade members, I swear I'll burn you and my life to ashes. And then we see Mariana finally gets up close to Morris, finally about to land a hit for a spell called Kalidos Brachium Purgatory Flame Burial. And that's a crazy name because, like, just the name Flame Burial just lets you know that this is about to be the end all be all spell to take out somebody, like, for good. If it connects, and which I hope it does connect, because like, even though the Crimson Lion Kings, they did a crazy and, like, heroic sacrifice. um it's crazy that this is all what it took just to take down one angel. Because we see with Jack had to go up against not Morris, Morgan, and Jack was almost able to take out Morgan, but he missed, which is still a good feat because even Morgan said that that would have landed, he would have been out. But you know, unfortunately, since it didn't land, he didn't really do anything, which is kind of sad. But either way, we had that against Jack against Morgan, and we had Morris against the Crimson Lion Kings, and we see how much of a threat he was by just disintegrating, like, I don't know if it's half the Matching Knights or all the Matching Knights, but I know for a fact that the Crimson Lion Kings are gonna need uh some they're gonna need a whole lot more members after this, because I think a lot of them are taking themselves out because of this. So, like I said again with Jack, let's hope that the attack hits, because if it doesn't, then it's crazy, because this will all be for naught, and this would be yet another L for the Clover Kingdom, just like with Jack. But yeah, it was a really cool chapter, seeing the members sacrifice themselves for the greater good. As messed up as it is, it kind of has to be done. Seeing Meliana, not letting their dust be in vain. Hopefully, she lands a hit in the next chapter. If not, I'm not sure what they can do to secure that hit, because Leopold is nowhere to be found. So I have no idea what Leopold's doing. And we see that Fergolion is holed up with the protecting the Clover citizens. So not unless Fergolion sacrifice himself, I really don't know what's going to happen. But I can assume that Meliona's going to get the job done. But yeah, it was a good, cool chapter. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. It was a pretty solid chapter. Um, and I was also informed that we're going to be on a month break, so no Black Clover for like 30 days, which I'm fine with that. That gives us time to check out some new manga. Like, what was the other one? No, that's a new manga called Blue Kill from the author that made Kuriko no Basket. The first chapter was really decent. I think that manga in general has potential. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. That was a really cool chapter.